guys, it's Smashley. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. And if it's your first time, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I decided to end off our month of home decor videos with something super quick today. So what we're gonna be doing, as you see in the title, are two simple and easy pieces of wall decor for your kids' room. So ladies first. The very first project I'm making is super special because it's for my niece Aria, and we've already had a session earlier today, so we figured out our design. But what we're gonna be doing are two dip-dyed picture frames. I don't know if you guys have seen this trend. It is all over Pinterest. I'll insert a picture here just in case, so you guys can have a reference point. You can either paint the frame, including the glass, one color, or you can spray paint it. So I chose to do the spray painting portion. So I picked up these two colors. I have a pink and then this beautiful tealish color. You guys already know how I feel about teal. And super simple. All that you do is just tape off the area that you do not want to be painted, and you spray paint the rest. So these are the beautiful picture frames that I picked up. We have a local store here in Florida called Ollie's, and I literally got each of these for $6. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put one to the side. And I figured to save some tape, we could actually use some newspaper to block it off. As I mentioned, Aria and I already had our planning session, and what she would like me to do is to create a diagonal line across, and we're gonna color block the bottom left corner. To start off and make sure I have a clean line, I just grabbed a piece of frog's tape. It's about the length that I want, and I'm just gonna follow the corner of each side. And next we're gonna add our newspaper on top of this line over here. So essentially this bottom portion right over here is gonna be all spray painted. For my next project, I'm going to be creating another wall hanging. This is not the first time you guys have seen me do wall hangings on the channel, so I'll go ahead and link my other one right up here for you guys to watch. But I'm so excited. I'm making one for a baby boy's room. It's for my cousin and her husband. They're expecting their very first baby boy together. Linda, Ray, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations. I'm so excited for you guys, and thank you for letting me make this tapestry for the baby's room. The first thing that I actually did was I'm gonna be having it hang off of this wooden dowel. I went ahead and just stained it a grayish color. I know the furniture in the baby's room is gonna be all gray, so this should match. And I'm also gonna be adding some wooden beads, which you guys have also seen me use on the channel. This time I did decide to go ahead and dye them the same as the dowel. And then aside from that, I have all of my yarns. So I have some navy, indigo, and then I have this really pretty like creamish color. For this design, I actually found one on Pinterest that I'm gonna try my best to recreate, of course with my own flair, but I'll go ahead and insert a photo here just so you guys can get an idea. It has a mixture of the beads as well as some tassels and as well as some yarn hanging in the back. So I think where I want to start is by creating the tassels. And I found this cool trick where you take your book. And essentially, we can just get started. I know I want to make 10 tassels total. I think I'm going to do 6 of the indigo and then 4 of the navy. And the trick to create the tassels is to actually wrap it around the book. I don't know why I love this so much, but I feel like it's a hack, you know, one that we all need to try. I'm going to take this and wrap it around about 30 times per tassel, and we're making 10 tassels. So it's a little bit of a repetitive process. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the 30 and then I'll show you where we tie. Okay, so once you've hit 30, you can go ahead and cut off the bottom piece, which I believe is gonna be, the end piece is gonna be up here. So we'll go around one more time and finish the 30. So I'm gonna just cut the end there. And we're gonna cut another little piece, something small. And you're gonna go at the seam of the book at the back, and we're gonna kind of just slide this through. Bring that all the way up over. I'll show you guys what that looks like. And you're gonna tie a knot at the top in the middle. Now that's gonna hold it in place. So this is gonna be the top of the tassel, and this will be the bottom. Seriously, all you do is take your scissors and you're gonna cut straight across the opening of the book. Okay, there you go, that's our knot. Okay, so you kind of just wanna comb it through a little bit because we're gonna be kind of pinching this piece at the top and tying around another piece of yarn. I just went ahead and double knot that. I'm gonna cut off the little tails just so we don't see those sticking out. And here's how our first tassel is looking. So I'm gonna repeat the same process 10 times total, and then we can move on to the next step. Now that our tassels are all completed, the next thing I want to do is just add a string at the top. This is what we're actually going to be using to hang it on the wall. So all I did was just cut a string about the size I think I want it, and I'm just going to tie it on each end. Don't worry about the tails hanging out because we're going to cover them in a little bit. So we'll essentially hang like this on the wall. Now you guys are really getting to see the method to my madness. So I went ahead and taped all of the tassels onto my door. I have my dowel up here. This is essentially the end pattern that I'm gonna be looking for. So I just wanna make sure I can use this to measure it out. The next piece that we need to do is to take these strings, and we're actually gonna attach them onto the dowel so that way we have something to attach the tassels to as well as the wooden beads. If you guys are making this at home and want to use the same measurements that I have, I went ahead and measured 14 inches in length, 21, 27, 34, and then up again. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all of our strings. When you cut your strings, make sure you're doubling the length because we're going to do a loop over the dowel. So you want to grab your loop, you're going to put it over, and you're gonna take the tail of this and put it through it. Just like that, and then you tighten it. Now all we're gonna do is feed our beads through. To keep the pattern, I basically am gonna be putting the beads at 4 inches down, 7 inches down, 10 inches down, 13 inches down, and then the same pattern the other way, just in case you guys want to do the same. So once you loop them through, right here, we're actually going to create a little knot at the bottom of the bead to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Once you get past the middle, it's really just about lining up the next one with the previous one that we did to kind of keep the pattern. So it makes it a little easier. Now we can finally attach our tassels and remove them from the tape. All you really want to do is make a knot with the tassel string right onto the main piece here that we have our bead on, and then we'll cut off the excess. There's one. And then of course, repeat the entire process for each of them. Now for the second to last step, we're going to fill in these spaces with that cream yarn that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. I went ahead and just pre-cut a few different strips, and all we're gonna do is loop it around the same way that we did with the original strings. And we're putting them bunched up in between each of these. Final step. Now that we've added all of our cream yarn on here, I do want to cut it on an angle. And I was looking at the picture for reference design, and she cut just above the beads, which is going to make my life a lot easier. So I'm going to go section by section. I'm just going to take my time and try and cut on an angle so we can get this really pretty V shape or V cut. Well, you guys, here we have it. To my family members who these gifts are for, I hope you absolutely love them. I will be shipping them soon. For everyone else watching at home, I hope you enjoyed watching the tutorials, and this is something that's easy enough for you guys to recreate for your own kids' bedrooms. Drop me a comment in the section below if you have any questions on anything that perhaps I missed in the video, or you want me to elaborate on anything, more than happy to. As always, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.